Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is a ladder race that we had last week. It's Coalition Unarium against the ATP Alpha team. I hesitated a bit to do a video on this one because, to be honest, it was a bit of a boring race on a flat course and also a bit of a tactical disaster class that I was frustrated with. So we'll see what happens later. But we came in, we were actually projected to lose against this team 30 to 25. We had stronger sprinters, but they did have a couple stronger riders at the top of their team. And based on that, we chose the course. We didn't want something totally flat to be totally boring, but so we chose Bon Voyage. There's sort of a few punches here and there, a couple small ramps that can break things up. But overall, it is a flatter course, well suited to a sprinting team. So going into it, we actually expected this team to be aggressive, attack us off the front, especially over the Dostin sprint segment there that goes uphill and has a bit of ramp. So we were expecting some longer range attacks, especially from two of the riders sort of at the top of their team. So we're sitting in and waiting. We did have a couple plans in place to attack. One of our riders was unable to join, so we did have someone sub in the afternoon leading up to the race. Not a stronger sprinter, so we did have some plans in place to attack so that we weren't just relying on the sprint of 2.5 of us. I say 2.5 because Kendrick and Steven have really strong sprints. I have a decent sprint. I used to be much more of a sprinter, but that has fallen. That's fallen off a little bit, and now I'm not sure what I've become, a bit of an all-arounder, if you will. Can't really do anything great, but I can do a lot of things okay. So here I still nothing, still no sprint, or still no attack by ATP Alpha. We're coming up again into the Dostin sprint segment, expecting them totally to attack here, especially with Jason, whose power is much stronger across the board than most everyone on our team. But here we go again. We're just waiting, sitting in. So it's getting a bit boring. And unfortunately, sort of when I get bored, I kind of lose patience. I want something to happen. Although it benefits to sit in and wait for the sprint, it's 23 minutes in and nothing's happened. So we had picked a spot coming up the road here for someone to attack. So we're talking here, and it's decided that Reed is going to attack. We're going to come up at a corner just after 15.5 kilometers in. And so there's a couple turns after this sprint segment here. And he's going to do an attack. So I will lead into the attack, and sort of he'll come over the top. So here we are, just slowing it down for a second here. So I come up to the front, start putting the pressure on, and then after this turn, it's going to rise up for a bit, and he's going to go. So he goes here, I pull up, a little bit of a gap formed. They start pulling back across the sprint segment here. We get through, everyone catches up, and then I go over the top. So I'm over the top here. It's looking good. I'm getting 2 seconds, 3 seconds, but I look at on the right and I see it's my two riders who are off the back. So my teammates. So I kind of pull up a little bit here. I see that everyone else is catching up and they're off the back. So no point to continue. We'll speed it up again. And then we'll slow it down. I'm just about to go again. Because again, I'm bored. But here, my daughter comes in just at this time as I'm attacking, telling me all about her Mario Kart game that she's playing, which is great, but I'm sort of out of breath, high heart rate, can't keep up. And again, I was hurting my teammates more than I was hurting the other team. And to be honest, nothing happened after that. So I just skipped ahead here to the finishing kilometers. At this point in the team chat, or sort of over Discord, we're just talking about, okay, well, maybe we go long, especially for our riders who don't have a strong sprint. But now we're getting closer and closer to the finish. And so the worry here in the back of my head is that if we do go long, it just turns into an extended lead out for Jason, their stronger rider. And so here we are, under 2 kilometers to go. It was decided that Ashley would go just after a kilometer and a half. And so here she is, coming up around this corner, and there she goes. So the gap gets closed, and then Jason goes over the top, and here I come, and I could have kept going. I could have dug deep and tried to get up and at least secured second. But then I sat up for the sprint. I'm not sure. Maybe that was another one of my big errors. And now we are rolling into the sprint here. I get a decent sprint, but maybe go a little bit early and I get overtaken. I finished fourth, similar to my ZRL race from last week. It was a week of finishing fourth. But yes, overall, I think I really messed this one up with my attacks, hurting my own team and not really playing it smart due to a lack of patience and boredom. So here we are with the results, 30 to 25 as predicted. And here is the individual results. Good power numbers across the board, but a bit of a mistake overall.